Welcome to part 2 of History of Tokusatsu. To those of you who didn't see the first part, there's a link in the description because I am not explaining this a second time. In the mid to late 1950s and early 1960s, with the birth of the two subgenres of Tokusatsu, Kaiju and Henshin Heroes, in their early stages, the two subgenres would later come together in 1966 in a defining Toku show known as Ultraman. But how did Ultraman come to be? Well, you see, Ultraman was created by a man named A.G. Tsuburaya, who worked on the Godzilla films from the 1950s. But while working at Toho, the company known for making the majority of Godzilla films, at the time, he also created his own film production, known as Tsuburaya Productions. But originally started out very small in his home, but he later grew into a larger studio production in 1963, when he created the very first installment in the Ultra series known as Ultra Q. The show was about the ongoing adventures of giant monsters, but the series sadly never got picked up. But luckily for Tsuburaya, at the time Ultra Q started airing, he started working on a follow-up series in case Ultra Q failed. The series was known as Ultraman. The show was about a shape-shifting alien who travels to Earth and takes the form of a human right as he's about to die. Throughout the series, he can transform into his alien form and fight giant monsters. The show was a big success, and the Ultra series was born. Ultraman was definitely unique in terms of its style as a show. It combined the gimmicks of transforming heroes and giant monsters into one show, and it wasn't half bad for a first try. It even made it here to the States, with Ultraman's follow-up series, Ultra 7, was dubbed and shown on late-night television in the late 20th century. The Ultra series is still going to this day with the current running installment in the franchise, Ultraman Orb, which is about an Ultraman that can combine the powers of two previous Ultramen in battle. This is used as a gimmick to celebrate 50 years of the franchise. Tsuburaya kept working at Toho and creating new installments in the Ultra series until dying of a heart attack in 1970. As Tokusatsu was advancing with the two subgenres, a man known as Shotaro Ishinomori would later reinvent the Henshin Hero subgenre into what it is today.